Kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day in the sun here with a little bit of cloud cover, to be fair. It is the North Harbour Softball Association. Great to have you along for it. We're streaming all the games live here today. As you can see, it's a sailing day on the lake at Centrefield here at Rosedale Park, Auckland's North Shore. Kia ora koutou katoa. Pure Athletic Sports Stadium is the location this morning for the North Harbour Softball Association competition as we get underway here on another day of the normal league competition as we work our ways towards Christmas. Hope you've got all your Christmas shopping done. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Right in front of us is the under 15 boys competition that plays at the 9 o'clock time slot here at Rosedale Park. And it is East Coast Bay's Small Sox who are batting, taking on the Might of Navy out and in the field. Let's have a look at the defensive lineup for Navy for you. Left to right, and the outfield is Tainga Jury is the starting left field. Centre field today is Levi Campbell. At right field is Jack Robinson. Hot corner third base is Curtis Lai. Shortstop today is Reese Galandis. A redhead shortstop today. Second baseman Adam Zepicki. Try and see if I can get that right for you. At first base today is Zach Sussex, and doing the catching will be James Tuffin for the starting pitcher, Callius Bennett. Offensively for the East Coast Bay's Small Sox, they're a good one, leading 7 runs to 0 at this point. Top of the second innings, underway already here in this match. Leadoff hitter for them is Connor Mac Kissick. He'll be followed by Joash Murray. Caleb Taylor will be hitting in the 3 spot today. Wilbur Cognington is hitting clean-up today. Archie Jew will be hitting 5. Solomon Herbert, he's about to come up to bat. He's back third base, hitting in the 6th spot. Cooper Atkins, Jack Regan, and Noah, looks like Faulkner. Apologies if I've got that wrong. He is running out the batting order anyway. So 2 runners on here, top of the second innings for East Coast Bays, leading 7 runs to 0. No outs here in the second innings. East Coast Bays has got 2 teams in the under 15 competition. This one pops up and just off the glove of the first baseman. Gallant effort there by Zach Sussex. Northcote Softball Club Duty Day today. Every club gets the pleasure of about 2 duty club days throughout the season, where they're in charge of setting up the ballpark for the day, looking after things, the control room and teams, and then packing the park down after the festivities. Of course, all set up. I see the garden bar set up already at 9:30 in the morning. And they've got a fundraising marquee over in the car park outside the club rooms. Of course, everything else is open here. If you want to come on down for a Rosedale burger or a cappuccino or those loaded wedges that everyone loves, you just head on down to Rosedale Park and enjoy the softball and enjoy everything else that comes with it. Our walk there will load the bases now for first baseman Cooper Atkins. Young Cooper, the younger brother of the East Coast Bays phenom at the moment, the young Zach Atkins, making a real name for himself in the softball circles. Real hard worker, diligent, ahead of the game, pitches and hits very well. The younger brother looking to follow his footsteps right here. And there you go, drives on the back of this one. It'll just go foul down the edge. Well, great to have you all along here today. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday morning. Two balls and 1 strike to count now. And a good big swing Just misses on that one. I'll level the count now, 2-2. Loaded bases here, top of the second innings. No outs. East Coast Bay Small Sox leading 7-0. That one's just a bit high. Full count now. This is the pitch you like, don't you? Full count, loaded bases. Everyone's looking to score. Everyone's looking to get an out. Navy, got to work diligently here defensively to get out of this jam. And a walk, unfortunately, will push a run in here as Adkins goes down to first base. And East Coast Bays will move up 8-0. They'll call time by the catcher. They have a little chat, work things through. A little bit about, that's okay, we got your back, buddy, we got your back. Someone's got a pitch, right? That's the way it works. Good young catcher behind the dish for Navy here today. James Tuffin, real enthusiastic young man. Just been selected in the North Harbour under 15 representative team. That's the type of player he is. This one will go foul off the bat. Young Jack Regan. Next pitch is up top. It's a good one by Bennett. And that'll put him in the hole now. No balls and 2 strikes. A little waste pitch outside. So 1-2 now the count. Next pitch is up top. There was a count now, 2-2. Good little battle here. That one just gets away, so it'll be a loaded count now. Real opportunity here for young Jack. Full count, 3-2. Here we go. Good pitch. Inside out swing. A roll to second base. He'll look to make a tag and he'll get the out. East Coast Bays will pop another run across at the same time though. So one away here. Time called here as the Navy head coach will come out just for a chat. It's a good thing here, just take a bit of time for these young men. Well, the under 15 grade here at North Harbour goes for an hour and a half, so started at 9 o'clock. It should finish at 10:30 if I've got my maths correct. I'm sure someone will correct me if I've got that wrong. They have a rule in this grade, as they did in the first innings. If a team scores 7 runs, they change sides. And it's all about getting the kids in and out, in and out. You want to keep them moving, don't you? And they're just clarifying a couple of things, looking to make a change or get a runner out there. Looks like young James just a little bit injured. They do have one on the bench. And it looks like Archie Jew will come out to run for Jack. So they're all sorted now. So one away here, top of the second innings. And it's Noah Faulkner now. And I'm not too sure about a full count. I think that was the last batter. That's the first pitch, yeah. We'll see what the umpire does here. You just got a question here from the Navy coach. I think he might be questioning why the runner is out there And normally that, of course, you can have a runner for the pitcher or the catcher, but I think he's got a bit of an injury, and I think that's the right call. Get someone out there to run for him. We'll see what they decide. Officially, that's not the rule. You've got to make a substitution only. So they've agreed to allow it to happen. I like that. Good work. Good sportsmanship by the Navy coach right there. Okay, back to the action here. Noah Faulkner. He takes that pitch up and inside. So 2 balls here on Faulkner. Young Noah playing centre field today. You're looking to hit one in the centre field here if you can. 2 runners in scoring position now. This one's up top. Can't quite get the zone. So 3-0 now, the count. Navy and East Coast Bay's Little Sox here. Under 15 division of the North Harbour softball competition. Next pitch is up top. And Faulkner head down to first base with a walk. A loaded bases situation. 1 away here for East Coast Base. And brings up top of the shop here, Connor McKissick. Starting second baseman. One goes over the top of him. Just going to have a look at the points table for you for the under 15 boys. Other games on in this division. Hibiscus Coast are taking on the Birkdale Falcons. They're over on level off field Diamond 2. Of course, this is Diamond 1 Freeman Field here in front of us. Over on Diamond 10 today is East Coast Bay's Hornets. That's their other team, which I believe is their older team. And they are taking on the Northcote Cubs. Cubs running undefeated at this point through the competition. Glenfield Volcanoes getting the bye today. Standings after 4 rounds. This is 5th round, if you like, or week 5 for the under 15 competition. And as we mentioned, the Cubs sitting at the top of the table, undefeated. East Coast Bay Small Sox, the team in front of us, well, they're sitting 2 on the table. 2 wins and 1 loss. Falcons, there's actually a log jam for second place at the moment with East Coast Bay's Little Sox, Falcons, Glenfield and Hibiscus Coast all sitting on 6 points with 2 wins. Navy, they've picked up a win this year. I guess it must be against the Hornets, so maybe the Hornets, apologies, is the younger team from East Coast Bays, yet to pick up a victory in the season. I'm sure they will as they continue to grow. McKissick now continues in his at-bat here, pitched just over the top. Ground crew did a wonderful job. Saw them in here nice and early this morning, preparing all the diamonds. Of course, the 2 international skin diamonds take a bit of work, and they put that work in. And a big swing there from McKissick. Just can't quite connect. Still loaded bases here. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so full count now. It's the money pitch they all talk about. Here he comes. Just over the top, and unfortunately that will allow a walk to run in. A run to be walked in. Moves the score line 10 zip now. As you see, young Herbert just come walking over the home plate. That brings up number 2 in the order, Joash Murray. Another young, enthusiastic youngster. As that one comes through the zone. Really enjoys his softball, does Joash. Really good to see. Go. Really trying his hardest out there, isn't Bennett? Sometimes, some pitchers will go through some tough patches, but it's all part of your growth. Of course, working on the craft of pitching. Not an easy task for anyone, as that one just sails away. And, they'll get it maybe in a hot box. The throw was down there. Just back in the nick of time, though. So good hustle. I mentioned the catcher. Young James Tuffin is enthusiastic. You can see that there quickly to get the ball and throw it down to third base. And unfortunately outside, and that'll walk at another one here. 4 on the innings now for East Coast Bays. East Coast Bays dugout, they'll be happy with themselves at the moment. Adding runs in each innings so far offensively. They'll hand that responsibility now to Caleb Taylor. Young Caleb, not much taller than a postage stamp, is he, in the batter's box? But another young kid that enjoys the softball. Great to see the enjoyment of them. A big initiative from North Harbour Softball last week. They launched their player card program. And every player in the Premier Men's Division being allocated their own personalised playing card. And every club adopted the policy, or the kaupapa. You see young Jury out there, he's a cool kid too, man. Adopted the kaupapa of the playing cards, and it's all about generating interest in the game of softball. And to be fair, they're just cool. And so what they did is they wrapped the packs of cards, and they put like about 2 or 3-ish from each club, a handful of cards in each pack. And then the premier players from their clubs. This one's off the end of the bat. It'll dunk into the outfield. 1 comes in. Big throw from Jury. 2 comes in. And a mighty swipe by Caleb Taylor adds 2 more to the tally. So 6 in the innings. So I'll just go back to the playing cards. So the premier players from East Coast Bays, as an example, they went down to the kids' games in the morning and handed out these packs. 1 pack per kid. And they got about, like I said, 5 or 6 or 7 cards per pack. And not just their own club, but other clubs as well. And then, boy, oh boy, every club did that. Navy did that, North Coast, all of them. This one pops up and, just comes off the glove of the second baseman. A run will score because of it. Looking to come home. It's a foot race and a tag. Nicely done by Tuffin there to pick up the out. But it's not before the East Coast Bays have picked out 7 runs. I'm pretty sure that'll be side away, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, just to finish that player card thing, you should have seen the kids. It was amazing last week. They were all going around, have you got a card, have you got a card? They were shouting out for players, premier players from other teams. It really was a hit. So looking forward to seeing that duplicated again here today. Well, we'll head to the bottom of the second innings. East Coast Bays commanding lead. 14 runs to 0. We'll be back with more action for you and not so.
say your home is where your heart is. I know my home is here with you. There's a world to behold. It's a better home you own with golden homes.
He might not look like much in an apron, but that's John Miller, loving husband, relatively reliable plumber, and holder of the Bledisloe Cup and 2 Investex Super Rugby titles. Don't let the heels fool you. Wendy crushed 2 of the biggest names in men's tennis to go all the way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Pure Athletic Sports Day. Great to have you along for the Saturday morning competition. It is East Coast Bays taking on Navy in the under-15 boys competition. See, East Coast Bays have got underway to a real good start here, 14 runs to 0. And these East Coast Bays Small Sox have had a good season so far, just the one loss. Really got something going on. Let's have a look at them defensively for the East Coast Bays Small Sox, eh? What do you reckon? I'm just going to double check that picture, and 93 is in the pitch. Yes, so there's a change at pitcher here. So I'll see if I can get them right for you. They may have changed positions. Left to right in the outfield for East Coast Bays. There's Jack Regan at left field. Centre fielder was Noah Faulkner. Right fielder today was Wilbur, it looks like Compton. Starting third base today, Solomon Hibbert. He's still there. At shortstop was Archie Dew. Starting second baseman was Connor McKessick, who's now onto the hill. So I'm going to say Caleb Taylor has gone to second base. First baseman is Cooper Adkins. Behind the dish doing the catching is Joash Murray. As we mentioned, it is young McKessick that has come on to pitch. Offensively for Navy, we'll start with the player that's up to bat now, and that is the catcher. He's hitting in the clean-up spot, actually, James Tuffin. Following Tuffin will be Jack Robinson. He's playing right field, hitting in the 6th spot. Reece Galandis will hit after him. Zach Sussex will be hitting in the 7th spot. Callius Bennett, the pitcher, hit for himself in the 8th spot, and Levi Campbell hits 9. Back to the top of the order is Curtis Lai. Tying a jury will be left field and hitting 2. Today, Adam Zepicki. Apologies, Adam, for trying to pronounce your last name. And as we mentioned, with James Tuffin, the clean-up spot, who is batting now. Bottom of the second innings. Navy looking to get their first run on the board. Hard hit ball by Tuffin. So he drills that through to the left side. Just what the doctor ordered, as they'll get their first base runner on. That'll bring up the bat now Jack Robinson. Pitch is high. Tuffin is off, and he will slide into second base. A call time. Get himself all squared away. I mentioned he's a good kid, that Tuffin. Helping out a little bit with the North Harbour under-15 team for the reps this year. And really enjoyed spending some time with young Tuffin, that's for sure. This one comes through the zone. Robinson, big lad. It's on the back end and want to go a long way. Tuffin will go down to third base on the pass ball. Yep. A 3-1 the count here on Robinson. A little bit of jump on that centre field camera. Apologies for that, but there's a bit of breeze here today. We had to, just in case the weather comes. Had to put the rainproof bag over it, and that bag can catch a bit of the breeze, so it will jump a little bit, centrefield camera today. If the weather does brighten it up, we'll take it off for the latter matches. This one will pop up and go out of play. Of course, we will be streaming the adult matches this afternoon here from Freeman Field. And come back to any of those games. The Prem Reserves will be at 12:30. Northcote Warriors taking on the East Coast Bays. And then the Premier Men in the 2:30 and 4:30 time slots today. It'll be Roosters Black taking on East Coast Bays at 2:30. And at 4:30, we HBC with their international lineup taking on Roosters Red. So HBC really stepped up the mark this year. Got 2 international representative players from the Philippines, one of their star pitchers, and a star shortstop. And then you've got a bunch from Great Britain, 2 or 3. And really making waves, HBC. Tough team to beat. A 3-1 the count here on Reese Glandis. Hard hit ball. They look to come home, and Navy will pick up their first run of the ball game off the back of Glandis' swipe down the left side. And so on the board they are, Miss Ford. Glandis there happy with his work. Get a new cameraman at first base. Tyrell's on the gear. So look, interesting to see what type of shots Tyrell gets for us from the first base camera. Up the bat now. Zach Sussex, the first baseman. This one will foul off. Goes out of play. Just noticed with that breeze, the diamond drying out a little bit. Knowing our groundsmen, they'll probably sprinkle some water over it between games. Get it ready for that Prem Reserve match. This one just misses inside. Like what I'm seeing from young relief pitcher here, Connor McKissick. Motion's not too bad. A little bit of a hop, which is good. Want to get a bit of velocity. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count now. This one just misses inside. Well, for those that are tuned in today, of course, this game going out live on Ballpark Broadcasting's YouTube channel, which everything is archived there. Not just today's match, but all the other North Harbour matches, plus all the other tournaments that we cater for around the country and around the world. As that one comes through from McKissick. And just double checking the count. Full count it is indeed. Yeah, just mentioning where you can watch the games today. Of course, like we mentioned, Ballpark Broadcasting's YouTube channel and Facebook page. Also, you can head on over, if you aren't already there, to the North Harbour Softball Association Facebook page. And actually picks up a walk, so doesn't get the out. Heads down to first base. That'll bring up the bat now. The starting pitcher, Kalius Bennett. First pitch to him comes through the zone. Here's a cool thing. I just want you to drop a comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. It's always interesting to see where you're watching and, of course, who you're supporting. Auntie, uncle. Jamie Atkins is tuned in. Great to have Jamie along. It's the dad of the first baseman, Connor. We mentioned young phenom Zach earlier on. He's a character. Had the pleasure of being with Jamie, as we both had the pleasure of watching our sons play for the North Harbour's under-15 team at a North Island regional tournament hosted in Hastings. And young Zach got his first home run over the fence at Arkina Park. Did cost young Jamie, his dad Jamie, a couple of rounds later on in celebration, as you should too for your son's first automatic home run. Plenty more to come for young Zach in his career, that's for sure. Mighty hitter he is. This one just misses inside to Bennett, and he'll go down to first base. So East Coast Base repaying the favour here. A bases loaded walk. Picks up the second run here for Navy. Ronnie Gurney watching from home. Go both teams. She's so diplomatic, isn't she? Fantastic. Of course, big news is Galandis will come in to score the third run of the innings here, the third run of the match for Navies. They're clawing their way back here. Of course, big announcement last week at the Jubilee dinner. 50th Jubilee last week. How cool was that? And the naming of Diamond 10. That's the diamond right in front of the club rooms as that one comes through the zone. Levi Campbell now, centre fielder batting. Diamond 10, that goes to Ronnie Gurney. Ronnie Gurney has been a stalwart in supporting this association for so many years. And they put a public poll out to who should we name this video about. Sorry, not video, this Diamond 10 after. And it was going to be a lady because their diamond is set up for the women's distance now. Cool little spectacle too, might I add. And Ronnie Gurney picking up the most votes, deservedly so too. She does a lot for our sport, continues to do a lot for our sport as a volunteer. And some might say she's quirky. I do. But I tell you what, I really enjoy spending time with Ronnie and the work that she does with North Harbour. Thank you and congratulations on Diamond 10 being named the Ronnie Gurney Field. Well, a walk issued and pick off down to 2. It's a good one. Oh, he's safe just though. Got a little bit winded on the tag, I think. Campbell picked up the walk, went down to first base. And just while we do that, we might go to an ad break and we'll come back. And there's a good one here, bottom of the second innings. Navy finding their way, 14 runs to 3. Back soon with more action here from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium.
Your team lose again, bro? I've never seen a ball bounce like that before.
The weekend's for calls. Make yours at tab.co.nz.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you along here. Bottom of the second innings and a real good one here. The under-15 boys competition. East Coast Bays taking on Navy. East Coast Bays, you can see, with a commanding lead, 14 runs to 3 at this point. Bottom of the second innings. There is one away, if I've got my scorecard right. I'm not just following the games. A little tough when the score gets out a little bit. Anyway, up the bat here is Curtis Alai, the third baseman. Pitch just over the top. Pitching change here. Caleb Taylor started the game, pitched the first innings, and then Connor McKissick has come into relief, working his magic through the second innings. 3-1 the count now. Hitters count for Lai. And he gets on the back of one, goes to the shortstop, looks to make, no, the throw. They'll get the runner at second base for the second out. Coming home now. He's in a hot box. Oh, I love this. Under 15 grade. Got to throw it, though. Here we go. 2 throws. 3 throws. Ball comes out, and he is safe. So causing a bit of havoc on the base paths. Young Bennett. They do pick up a run there at the same time, though, Navy. 4th run of the innings. 2 away. The reason why I like those rundown plays in these junior grades is you never know what's going to happen, do you? There you go. Look at young JJ. That's the catcher, James Tuffin, getting ready in the dugout. Told you. There's McKissick. This one will foul back up onto the roof. This kid, honestly, batting now, will take the head, the mantle as the cutest kid in softball, without a doubt. Tying a jury. Really another one that just loves the game of softball. If you could play softball instead of going to school, I'm sure he'd do that for sure. Mind you, most kids would do that, wouldn't they? They listen to Chopper, go to school, kids. Most important, that's for sure. So is softball, though. There's young Bennett down at second base beside Hibbert fielding, the third baseman. Ready now, which is outside. Don't be fooled by the size of Jury, the batter here. You really get onto it. Yeah, McCusick just focusing on his job here. Get a good grip on the ball. All set to go. This one pops up. It's high. And underneath it, making a fine catch, is the starting shortstop there, Archie Jew for the Small Sox. Apologies, that's the second out. So 2 away now. Told you I was struggling to keep up with the outs. Well, what I do know, though, I want to bring up the second baseman, Adam, now. I'm going to give his last name a go one more time. It's RZEPECKY. So, Pecky and Z-Picky, Rizzy Picky, something like that. Adam, anyway. Good luck, Adam. That one goes inside. Here comes Bennett. He'll slide and safe as the ball bobbles out. So Navy have really answered back here, haven't they? 5 runs in the bottom of the second innings. Can hear good advice from the head coach down there. See the ball, hit the ball to Adam in the batter's box. And that one comes through the zone. There we see number 54 on screen. Archie Jew, the shortstop. He's been good today. Be real good as young Archie. This one's out wide. 2-2 the count now on Adam. McKissick leans back. Pitches and just comes off the foot, so dead ball. They'll come back and reset. Lai running at third base. He was off to the races. Adam now. Big breath. Ready to go. Got a big bat. This one just away. Full count now. Wind is blowing in from centre field today. And McKissick stays diligent, stays focused, and picks up the last out via a strikeout here in the bottom of the second innings. Well, it was all East Coast Bays through an innings and a half. Well, Navys has said, well, we're here to play too. They pick up 5, 14-5. Back in the top of the third when we come back.
Never take time to worry about life. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Know that you are right. There's a world to behold. Another day you will grow old. So take time with the ones you love. Take time with the ones you love.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pure Athletic Sports Stadium here. We're in the top of the third innings. East Coast Bays have been really good. Their 2 offensive innings so far, and the maximum 7 runs scored each time. Navy have just replied for 5. You see the scoreboard there, 14-5 the score. Navy have also made a change, though, on the hill, and the young, energetic catcher, James Tuffin, will move out onto the mound. So, pitching change here for Navy. And it'll be the starting shortstop, Archie Drew, will get them underway here. Offensively for East Coast Bays, Small Sox. This one just gets away inside. Three and 1 the count now. Ball inside. North Harbour have a special rule here when it comes to the under 15 division. They do other divisions as well, grades, as it show, and it is sharing the load. So they will, and it's about developing this balance is better concept. They'll have 2 pitches and 2 catches per match, and the bid to develop their pitching and catching stock, and then also next week, only one of those pairings can play in those positions. So each team needs 3 pitches and 3 catches. Yep, you heard it correctly. That is the rule. Everyone's giving it a go this year to see if they can get some traction with it. You know, there's going to be some teething issues around that, of course. You know, you're going to get some players out there that are not quite too up to par. But you've got to give them a shot, right? And this is the reason why I think you've got to give it a shot. This one off the end of the bat, tough spinner. And Tuffin gets it over in time, just can't quite get it in the glove though. And they'll move around to second and third here. No outs for East Coast Bays. Back to the reason of I'm supportive of their rule and the development of it. Is that, who's to say, let's take young James Tuffin, he's a heck of a catcher. Who's to say that James, in 5 or 6 or 10 years' time, isn't quite a competent pitcher? And a nice take at first base there, Zach Sussex. So what I'm trying to get at is you've got to give them an opportunity. If you just stick with one pitcher the whole time, and we've seen that year in year out, a lot of different competitions and grades, well, then you're only going to have one pitcher. That pitcher's not available, is injured or whatever the case is, and then the team's like, who's going to pitch? Or who's going to catch? So, from the development point of view, it makes sense. From a rep point of view, it's tough, of course, because pitchers need innings to get prepared for the rep season. But I guess on that side, you've got to make an adjustment. You've got to put extra innings in somewhere else, whether it's a training game, or whatever the case is, to get yourself prepared. And if it's not going to be game time, where you're going to get readied from. Does that make sense? Someone pops off the bat, and that'll dunk into right field. One comes in, looking for two, the throw, and they got him. A great reload throw from the second baseman, Adam, throwing that in, the replacement catcher, and got the job done, that's for sure. No one now. Comes in as his at-bat. So pops up and off to the races. Here he comes. And he will score a third run here of the innings for East Coast Bays. 17-5 now. This one's down low. Yeah, for those around the park today, around the Albany area, we had a father pop in looking for his son, Devon Budgen, Budgen. We'll try and get a photo of him and put him up. Last seen in Albany. He's 5'6", slim build, a moustache, white guy, 24 years of age. We're looking to try and find him. We've seen someone who's looking a little bit lost. 24 years of age. Then please pass it on to the authorities. The police have obviously been notified, and his father is obviously trying everything to try and locate his son. A walk issued here. Back to the game now. Noah will pick up the walk down to first base. On top of the shop now. Replacement pitcher. This one comes off the glove. Connor McKissick. Down to second base goes Noah. James Tuffin continuing to work on the hill here for Navy. Pitching change in the innings. Just trying to slide it into the zone. Both teams would like to kind of hit that strike zone. Just add the percentage a little higher. This one's off the hands. Underneath it, Galandis, and he'll make a fine catch for the third out. And that'll get her done here. First time that East Coast Bays haven't scored 17 runs to 5. We're all done through the top of the third innings. Bottom third coming up next. Galandis and the boys from Navy will come out to bat. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Les Kendall, CEO of Temperzone. Innovation is at our core to produce ever more relevant technology, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions. Temperzone has embarked on our own decarbonising and sustainability journey, reducing our impact on the environment and the way we operate at all levels, and transitioning into a more sustainable and efficient organisation. Our products and services can assist others to make the transition and act as enabling technology to transition to zero carbon, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions and technologies that are safe and sustainable from the manufacture, installation, maintenance through to whole-of-life considerations in the circular economy.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Serenaded Guitars for you. That's something a little bit different, isn't it? It's not Chopper playing it. I can tell you his fingers are too fat. Well, I tell you what is cool, though. It's the Under-15 boys competition here at North Harbour Softball Association. Pure Athletic Sports Stadium on Freeman Field. Navy taking on East Coast Bays. And James Tuffin gets us underway. Grounded a Jew at shortstop and a fine play all around. One away. Bottom of the third innings here. That'll bring up the bat Jack Robinson, be followed by Reese Glandis. Navy picked up 5 runs in the bottom of the second innings. Navy picked up the maximum in the first 2 innings. Then they picked up 4 on the top of the third. So they've been a run-scoring machine today. This one comes through the zone. Connor McKissick in his second innings of relief. Remember, we were talking about got to use 2 pitches or 2 catches per game. Well, this is East Coast Bay's second pitcher. But you kind of see a little bit when I talk about, like, it's great to see the development of the players, but this kid here, Connor McKissick, he needs to pitch every week. Pitching 2 weeks out of 3 only. Too sure how that's going to help him get better. Anyway, we're all dedicated to the cause. Walk is issued down. Of course, Connor will have to put the work in outside of the game. Reese Glandis now steps in to go to work. Big, tall right-hander. Built for pace too, is Glandis. If he can get one in the alley out there on the grass, he can round a number of bases in a heartbeat. Wouldn't Navy like that? Here's one that'll go to the left side. They'll only be there station to station because the left fielder is right on point. And Jack. Throw, though, is a little wayward to the pitcher, and they will go an extra 60 feet. So runners at 2 and 3 now for Navy. No outs here in the bottom of the third innings. And a chance to strike back one more time. Zach Sussex now. I might have had the first baseman wrong before. Apologies, I think they made a change. Step in to go to work. I think Levi Campbell's moved to shortstop. And a nice play. Throw down to third base and they'll get Robinson. Now they've got another hot box. Galandis looking to run. Here he goes. It comes off his back. Will he come home? Looking to come home, and he does. So some offensive running pressure here from Navy proves pivotal as they will pick up another run. Do give an out away though. It's 2 away now. As Galandis will go back into the dugout. This one comes through the zone. This one goes foul. I mentioned earlier that we're celebrating this year the 50 years of softball here at North Harbour. It's their 50th Jubilee this year. Celebration dinner and evening last Saturday evening. Fantastic evening, shared by a lot of people. Someone comes through the zone. We named an all-star team. I'm going to show that to you when we get a chance. This one fouls back. Off the bat of Sussex. Continues to work in the batter's box here for Navy. It was real cool. We named an all-star team, so not only the positional players, third base, shortstop, all that type of thing, but also a coach, a manager, a scorer, an umpire, you name it. As we see McKesser get the job done as he pulls it through the zone. That'll do the bottom of the third innings, and that getting pretty close to game time too. We'll see what the official score says on the time. There's still a couple of minutes left on my clock, but which means we will come back for more action. See you at the top of the fourth in just a short minute. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is actually was right on game time. I thought it was pretty close. So it is East Coast Bays that'll run out victors here today in this one. 16 runs to 7. Congratulations to all those young men out there, and of course the parents for your supporting those young men. And a nice win here. So the East Coast Bays, they remain with just one loss in the season so far. Small Sox, they are looking like title contenders. Fantastic to see indeed. There's Navy. They were good today. Young Campbell on the left. He was good. I like the way they played the game. Tying a jury, of course, he's one of my favourites. James Tuffin, JJ, he was good behind the dish. Came on the pitch as well. But East Coast Bays, in the end, they just seem to have the metal in this one, especially early on indeed. Just before we cut away, I'm just going to show you this all-star lineup for you. You'll see it on the screen there. So that's who we picked. Scorer was Caroline McQueen. The umpire was Bill and Manu Smith. Remember them? How cool were they? Look at the bottom of the screen now. The head coach is Bob Leveloff. Don Freeman. Two names out of these two diamonds here at Rosedale Park. They were the head coach and manager. And then as we go around the diamond, left to right in the outfield, Dean Schick at left field. As you hear the boys just cheering down there. Dave Wall was the centre fielder. Faye Freeman, she was our right fielder for the All-Star team. Infield now, hot corner, of course, third base, Brad Dorona. How could you go past him? Jackie Smith at shortstop. Two of them were honoured with murals that were unveiled at the Jubilee on the backside of the stadium. They look fantastic. We get a chance to come down and see that. Guy and Sharon Cowie, the second base people, done a lot for the association over the years. Jack Howe, one of the founding families as well, over at first base. Jim Maloney, the son of Jan, and it skips my mind the father's name now, but they are the founding family of North Harbour, the Maloney's. Or Jim was a fantastic catcher in his time. And Gina Weber, World Championship pitching White Sox hurler. She was the named pitcher of the All-Star team. Anyway, that'll do us, ladies and gentlemen here. Thank you for tuning in. Really hope you enjoyed this morning's game. Congratulations, East Coast Bays and Navy. Don't forget, we'll be back at 12:30 for more competition here as we continue to provide that at North Harbour. Thank you so much for tuning in. It'll be the reserve matchup. North Coast Warriors taking an East Coast base. Be sure to tune in. Come back to Ballpark Broadcasting and North Harbour Softball Association for that one. Kia ora koutou katoa. See you soon.